Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Toei Spider-Man, also known as Supaidaman. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Okay, so if you don't know about the 1970s short-lived Japanese TV show called Supaidaman, man, you are missing out because this show is wacky and crazy, and it spawned one of the biggest franchises in the world. And no, I'm not talking about Spider-Man, but we'll get to that in just a minute. This show was insane. Not only did the suit not fit well at all, which is why the figure resembles it so closely, they took a lot of liberties with this character. Now, yes, he did shoot spider string, and he would shoot his spider web, a spider net to catch people, but he drove a car. He also had a motorcycle that he would drive around. He would shoot bad guys with guns, which is just absolutely crazy to me. It's just insane, the liberties that Marvel just let them get away with. He also fought against this bad guy called Dr. Monster and his evil witch sidekick who would generate like a monster every week. He would fight against these, like, basically these putties. These like henchmen, the Iron Hand Brigade or something like that. I can't remember what they were called, but he would fight them each week. And they were all gray, which makes them look more like putties. The witch would then send down a monster which would like grow, and then he would have to fight this monster, and then the monster would, grow to be the size of Spider-Man, and he would fight him. But then the monster would even grow even larger to like gargantuan size, and he would have to like summon, like when his spider string didn't work on the creatures, like he would have to summon his spaceship that he called the Marveler, and the Marveler would change into this robot called Lepardon. And then he would just, have to like battle the giant monster in this big giant robot form. And then inevitably, when all of his tricks, didn't work, he would summon his special sword. And, of course, he would throw like this very powerful sword into the bad guy, defeating it once and for all that week. And if all of this seems super, super familiar, if all of this sounds exactly like the Power Rangers, is because this is exactly what inspired the Power Rangers. This show came out before the Power Rangers. This concept was such a hit that it definitely influenced the Power Rangers phenomenon. So we owe, in a small part, or maybe not even a small part, the whole entire franchise of Power Rangers, and most of, if you grew up in the 90s, most of your childhood, you actually owe it to this Japanese Spider-Man TV show, whether you know it or not. All right, here we have a closer look at the Spider-Man package. You can see nice Japanese kanji written right there, the Japanese Spider-Man logo. Nice artwork of the character right there on the front. Another digital render there on the side. I love this artwork right here on the side of him with his crossing hands. I wish he actually came with those karate chopping like hands that were like kind of like flat out. That would be really nice. And then a nice pose of the character on the back, and you can see everything. He comes with 2 extra pair of fists, 2 extra like web splats, and then his web line, or spider string as he would call it in the show. So let's get this guy opened up and take a closer look. All right, here we have Supaidaman up out of the package. This is an incredible figure. Like, I really, really dig this figure. Just going over everything he comes with, he does come with this, what he calls in the show spider string, but he does come with this webbing, and it is super, super bright white, and I really, really dig that. He also comes with these 2 web splats, which is really cool. Both of them are super bright white, and they just feel really good in the hand. He also comes with 2 fists out of the package, and these are sculpted really nice. Taking a look, I guess the only other thing that would be considered an accessory is his bracelet. It is a separate piece, and it does come off if you take the hand off right here. You can slide it off if you just want to have a regular Spider-Man figure in an ill-fitting suit. Then that's what you get. But as this is one of the things that makes him different than other Spider-Man. We're going to leave it on now and forever. So you guys correct me in the comments down below, because I don't buy, even though Spider-Man's one of my top 3 favorite all-time superheroes, I don't buy a lot of Marvel Legends Spider-Man figures. I only have a few. And so I don't know how much of this, if any, is reuse, like at all. Maybe the knees and the feet, but I think everything else is a new sculpt. I could be wrong, and the reason I say that is because if you look very closely, you can see that there is some sculpted wrinkles in the chest piece of the suit, some sculpted wrinkles here in the abdomen of the suit. You can see the sculpted wrinkles here in the lower part and on both of the thigh pieces. Right here on the lower thighs, you can see that there's some sculpted wrinkle detail at the top of the thigh and on the calf, and at the lower ankle, you can see that it's kind of bunched up. If you look at the lower arms, it's bunched up on both sides, the material, so you can see how that's sculpted. You've got some sculpted lines around the bicep, sculpted lines around the shoulder articulation point, and of course that's an all new head, because you can see sculpted wrinkles in the face mask and then where the ears are of the actor underneath. So this is the only thing I don't understand. Can somebody explain to me, maybe down in the comments below, why there's a hole on his back? I really don't know what that's for. Because it's just kind of unsightly. It breaks up the Spider-Man logo, which looks so nice on the back, but I wish that it wasn't there. I don't know what it's there for. I don't have any other Spider-Man figures with holes on their back, like the one that I usually keep right here for size comparison does not have one. So I'm not sure why he does. Maybe because he's supposed to be a Japanese figure, and maybe it's so that you can put him on a Japanese base or a flight stand. I honestly don't know. I'm grasping at straws here. I really hope you guys can see this, like right here, but on the bracelet it actually does say Spider-Man on there, which looks really nice. I only have one paint blemish, and it's right here on the shoulder, but it's very, not even very noticeable, so I'm not going to worry about that. I just think that this is such a fun figure. I really hope that it's coming across on camera, and it looks like it may be, but this red is not really a bright red. It's more of an orangish red, and I think that's more in line with the way the suit looked initially, and I think it looks really, really good. And then I guess the only other thing that I have to complain about is, maybe you can see right here, that the lines, the way that the upper part of the neck and the lower part of the chest are printed with the lines, you can see that the lines don't actually touch or even line up right around the chest and neck piece. That's a little unsightly, but it's not something that I'm going to complain about. On my particular figure, all of my joints are super, super stiff, and that's a really good thing. This is not a floppy figure. It does not flop around, but He can look all the way up for web crawling and swinging poses, which is fantastic. He can look all the way down, which is great. Arms can go up higher, you know, in that T pose really nicely. Can go all the way around. You've got that upper bicep cut. You've got double jointed pinless elbows, which is great. You can see how stiff my joints are. I love these hand sculpts that are not like web slinging hands, because he didn't sling webs from his wrist. He shot them out of this one particular device on his wrist. You do have this ab crunch where he can look forward, look down that far, and then bend back that far. And I really like that the painted lines go all the way back, so when you tilt him back, you don't lose any of that. He does have a swivel at the waist. Legs can go all the way forward, which is super nice. Can go back about that far. You've got the thigh cut. You've got double jointed pinless knees. Can go all the way back and kick his butt. And then you've got hinge, swivel, and rocker down at the bottom. And I love the white soles of the feet. Just look really, really, really nice. This is just an absolutely fantastic figure, and I absolutely love it. It is now my go-to de facto Spider-Man, and you may see him showing up for size comparisons in the future, because I just love this guy. I love having him on my desk and playing with him and putting him in some of those goofy poses that we saw from the show. But I want to show you guys one fun thing that I like to do with this guy. So recently, I bought a Black Ranger figure, the second Black Ranger figure with the Adam Park head. And so as I leave the Black Ranger figure on my desk, I don't have any use for this Asian actor head sculpt. So this is the Adam Park Johnny Young Bosch head sculpt from the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. And boy, it pops on there nice and tight. You can hear how tight that sits on there, and I love this head sculpt. I think it looks great. It doesn't necessarily look like the actor who played Spider-Man in the Japanese TV show, but if you did want to have an Asian Peter Parker head sculpt, you know, you could do a lot worse than using this head sculpt on your Supaidaman. I love it. I just absolutely love it. I love this figure, and I can't get enough of it. So let's pop his head back on. For all fairness, let's get him up on a base. There we go. And then let's bring in a couple of other figures for size comparison. Here he is next to the Marvel Legends animated looking Spider-Man that I typically use. They look like they're about the exact same height. Here he is next to Black Series Luke Skywalker. I really need to take this hood off when I do this size comparison, because the hood just makes his head look makes him look so much taller than he actually is. So you can see he's much taller than a Black Series figure. And then getting Spider-Man out of the way, here he is next to Indiana Jones, and he's about the exact same height as Indy. So let's get the Supaidaman into some poses, under some lighting, into some backgrounds, and see how he poses up. I honestly can't say enough good things about this figure. I love it. I love the coloring, the articulation, his accessories, everything he comes with. I just don't understand the hole on the back. I wish it wasn't there. Maybe somebody in the comments down below can let me know why it's there. But I can't say enough good things about this figure. This figure is amazing, and I love the extra fact that, you know, if you do have the black Power Ranger head sculpt, the Adam Park head sculpt, then you can use that as a stand-in if you want, or not. Doesn't matter. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Thanks for all the likes, the comments, the new subscribers. You guys are amazing, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Please check us out over at Instagram.com/Saturday Morning Toy Collector. This has been the Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I'm your host, Mark, and remember, I will see you in the toy aisles.